Michael Burry and his first $1 million. The Big Short movie star Michael Burry is well recognized for being one of the first investors to predict and profit from the subprime mortgage crisis of 2007 and 2010. Ever since his predictions, Burry did not only manage to get a hike in investors' and business tycoons' minds, but also a respectable public image. Hey guys, welcome back to Investor Secrets. In this video, we're going to talk about the Big Short movie star Michael Burry and how did he make his fortune. But before we start, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss a video from us. Well, Michael Burry is best known for his housing prediction and making millions from it, which apparently shook the financial field. But how did he handle it all? And where was his first million intentions from? Michael James Burry, born on June 19, 1971, is an investor, hedge fund manager, and physician from the United States. He started and led the hedge fund Scion Capital from 2000 to 2008, before closing it to concentrate on his personal ventures. As said, he is well recognized for being one of the first investors to predict and profit from the subprime mortgage crisis of 2007 to 2010. Discussing the Big Short's early life, he was born and raised in the California city of San Jose into a middle-class family. However, there's not much detail about his family members, but Burry is considered to be raised in a healthy environment. Burry turned out to have an unfortunate childhood in his youth as he lost his left eye to retinoblastoma. As a result, growing up, Burry had to attain help with a prosthetic eye. Apparently, Burry didn't have a very fun teenage life as he was bullied by his classmates over his disability, and it genuinely hindered Burry's academic attention when he went to Santa Teresa High School. But Burry never actually let his minor disabilities have any effect on his career, and being the tough, unbothered personality, the Big Short successfully managed to get an MD from Vanderbilt University School of Medicine. However, he did not complete his pathology residency at Stanford University Medical Center after studying economics and pre-med at the University of California, Los Angeles. So what did he do in the meantime? Well, the answer might sound off track, but this is what Burry did in the meantime. He worked on his interest in financial investments while off-duty at night. Indeed, the reason why we said Michael's interest is off track is that it's barely imaginable for a person to shift his focus from medical to a very different field. Nevertheless, the financial field had more scope and surprises for Burry. Despite the fact that he is no longer practicing medicine, Burry has kept his medical license active with the Medical Board of California, which includes continuing education obligations. His work experiences have some notable mentions. One of them is his service as a neurology resident at Stanford Hospital, and later as a pathology resident at Stanford Hospital after graduating from medical school. Michael Burry had an idea about his future. Despite having a major interest in the medical field, the financial area urged Burry to be an active player. As a result, after serving for not so long of a time in the medical area, he went on to create his own hedge fund. Besides, Burry had also previously established a name as an investor by proving a success in value investing, which he discussed on the Silicon Investor message boards beginning in 1996. The enthusiast investor also considered attaining a very traditional view of what is valuable and what is not. He was not just enthusiastic, but also practical. Though Burry didn't have much knowledge of the practical world of finance, his investment philosophy was based on Benjamin Graham and David Dodd's 1934 book, Security Analysis. Concluding Burry's financial decisions in fewer words, he was an underdog who got into the public eye after his notable housing bet. Being in a money business is not easy, and the Big Short himself was very much aware of it. Hence, in order to beat the rest and be the best, Michael Burry always had an eagerness to look at companies and society from a different perspective than others. Being the true follower of Benjamin Graham's core investment value, the Big Short made his major investment and betted on point considering the teachings of Benjamin Graham. Of course, things started to take a massive profiting turn for Michael Burry as he was among the first to recognize that the internet had overpriced businesses with little to no income or profitability. As they say, the miracle happens in no time. It proved to be true with Michael Burry and his main investments. What he did was, Burry instantly began shorting those stocks, and his hedge fund soared like a rocket ship. Yes, his hedge fund was the only company all over the picture in media. Burry returned 55% in the first year, despite the S&P 500 falling 12%. Even with the fact the market proceeded to decline severely over the next 2 years, the Big Short fund returned 16% and 50% respectively, making him one of the industry's most successful investors and other investors' favorite men to bet on. Moreover, Michael Burry's group of early investors, which included Vanguard, White Mountains Insurance Group, and notable investor Joel Greenblatt, saw their money grow substantially, with total assets under management reaching $600 million, not only made them believe in Burry, but rely on him for more profits in the future. However, in no time, Burry was marketers' favorite, and it really hindered his business, as in 2004 he was overburdened and had to turn down investors. Truly, Michael Burry changed the thought and understanding of the money market for many investors. This was the time, the era of Michael Burry's real achievement, and his story from being an underdog to a potential investor. Burry, on the other hand, was onto something fresh as soon as he started looking into the subprime lending industry and bank balance sheets, and following the same, Burry saw a lot of abnormalities and unpredictability. He was the only individual to witness the dangers of the subprime sector, which saw millions of borrowers with low income and few assets take out massive loans to buy homes and cars. As a result, the financial system was then being valued as if all of those mortgages would be paid. The Big Short used his best brains and understood the fact that this could not be sustained in the long run. Burry's actions were commendable, as he began to warn his investors about the system's tremendous risks at the same time. But Burry's potential investors were primarily institutions that were uninterested in hearing his theory. Because for a simple reason, all of their previous investments were based on the idea of a sound system with minimal risk of subprime mortgages. Hence, literally all of them became concerned about the risk, and inaction demanded a refund of their funds. But the changes were low, as the Big Short had already entered multiple long-term illiquid bets against the market using derivatives to bet the price of mortgages would decline. Thus, it was too late. As Burry had no options, he straightforwardly denied the investors' appeals since he would lose a lot of money if he got out of the deals. It can be said that the issue wasn't long-term. As more people realized the system's vulnerabilities, the market began to move in Burry's favor in 2007. Hence, the market saw the entry of Bear Stearns, Lehman Brothers, AIG, and the rest of the financial sector as the dominoes started to fall. Undoubtedly, Michael Burry's efforts paid off, with him pocketing $100 million and his investors pocketing $700 million. And this is how he made his first $1 million. Though Michael J. Burry is talented, he is a flawed individual. The good days were fewer for Burry as, after some time, his investors refused to cooperate with him again since the connection had become so polluted, and Big Short was unable to get funds for his hedge fund again, and the assets were liquidated. This is because Burry's social behavior and poor interaction with investors led to the end of his career as a public fund manager. It's also believed that Burry made use of letters to communicate with his investors and always avoided personal meetings. Concluding the entire story, Michael Burry will be known to the world unless and until he doesn't quit Twitter, and investors will respect his existence as many still get to learn a lot from him. That's about it. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like it and subscribe to the channel for more exciting content. Also, feel free to let us know your thoughts about the next video in the comment section down below. See you soon. Bye.